Call the member for Newcastle, and I'm surprised that they didn't ask you to commentate rather than yours truly. I've never heard of him.
They couldn't pay me enough, Mr Deputy Speaker.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker, and I thank the member for Campbelltown for bringing the chamber this very important matter of public importance, the return of the NRL season. Now, the Newcastle Knights are stars in my electorate, and needless to say, my favourite team in the competition. And they are a case study in the positive effects of the NRL and a community. I attended their launch on Friday night and spent the night speaking with these men, and I should say that I believe that we'll be handing back the wooden spoon this season and using it to wallop anyone that gets in our way on the way up the ladder. We have had a couple of tough seasons, but in 2018 we'll work our way to the top with the signing of Kalen Ponga, Aidan Guerra, Chris Haddington, Herman Ayesi, Taratua Moga, Connor Watson and of course Mitchell Pearce. The 2018 co-captains of the team are Jamie Burra and new knight Mitchell Pearce, under whose leadership we're expecting more wins and who knows, possibly a third premiership in the next year or two. The excitement of the season is palpable in our city. There is a real buzz. In a remarkable show of loyalty from the Novocastrian faithful, the Knights have managed to increase their corporate support and potentially their number of memberships, despite collecting their third consecutive wooden spoon last season. Phil Gardner, the CEO of Newcastle Knights, said, "I've had a few contracts still to be signed, but it looks like at this stage, for the first time since the stadium was upgraded, we'll have every one of our enclosed corporate boxes sold." From that perspective, the support of the community has been humbling. And it's often been said, when the Knights are happy, the town's happy. We even beat last year's premiers, Melbourne, in their trial match just last month. It would be remiss of me not to talk about the women's Newcastle Knights team, who are following in the footsteps of the W League Newcastle Jets team. In the opening game of the Tarsha Gale Cup against the St George Dragons, the women's Knights absolutely smashed it, 54-1, 54-10 victory. They continued this theme when they followed it up with a comfortable 92-4 win over the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. The first Knights game is this Friday at our home ground at McDonald Jones Stadium, and the Manly Sea Eagles won't know what hit them when they meet the 2018 Newcastle Knights on their own turf. The greatest force in the McDonald Jones Stadium is when thousands of Knights fans open their mouths and empty their lungs as they demonstrate their three-syllable hometown name is just made for chanting, Newcastle, Newcastle. As Scott Bevan so eloquently says, the roar of identity can be so loud that sitting in the stands you've no hope of hearing the lungs of the players working even harder as they run down the race and onto the field. But the Knights can hear us. Go hard, go Knights, go proud.